Hey, what's up YouTube? Statzy here. Today I'm going to be playing FTL. That's faster than light for those of you who don't have the game. Not that many of you though, I think, don't have the game because when this came out it was big. It was really big. And for good reason. It's a great game. I got a lot of hours in this. How many hours do I have? I got 36 hours in this right now. And I haven't even unlocked I haven't even unlocked like half the content in terms of new ships, achievements, victory conditions, things like that. So yeah, today I'm gonna be playing. You start out with one ship, and it's a good ship to start out with. But I like the second version of that ship. It's got a lot of lasers, and so for those of you who don't know what the game is all about, you basically control the actions of all these crew members of a spaceship. And you can send to different stations, and you can manage the power supply and the weapons targeting. And your story basically is that you're a Federation ship, and you need to warn them about the rebels. And how refreshing is that, right? You know, usually you're part of the rebellion against the evil empire in games, and now the empire, they get to be the good guys. So anyway, you start with this interface here. You can move your guys around if you want. You put them at different stations, and if they're at certain stations, they make the stations work faster. You can power up weapons with your power supply, and you jump through a star map here, trying to get to the exit. But you don't just want to run towards the exit, because then you end up at the final boss battle with a really terrible ship. So you really want to maximize the number of stars you visit. Alright, and you get a lot of choices here. You detect an automated rebel scout attacking a small refueling outpost. You can avoid the conflict, but usually you want to go and actually fight these guys and get whatever rewards you get for that. And you can actually pause the game like this to set everything up. You can basically have it auto fire, which I'm totally going to do. And then once you have your weapons set up and ready to fire, you're mostly just sort of mitigating the damage done to your ship. So yeah, that just happened. Like, a bunch of shots sort of went out, and we beat him. The ship breaks apart, and you quickly salvage what you can. So yeah, it's you know, the whole little text bits that tell you what the story is are sort of reminiscent of the old style, you know, role-playing games that you might have done, like a role-playing board game or something. And you get your reward, your fuel, your drone parts, your scrap that you can use to upgrade your ship. Oh, and sometimes you get a little bonus depending on what's going on with the story. And you use it to upgrade your ship. You can upgrade the systems, the subsystems, and then you gotta buy power to actually power all the upgrades. So like right now I actually need more power to power my engine fully, which lets me dodge more often. And so you also have little stores here that you can go to. We're not going to go to one now because we don't really have a lot of scrap. But if we go to one later before this video is over, I'll show you what those look like. Alright, so you're right near damaged 11 space station. Yeah, sometimes it asks if you want to send your crew members aboard. It's usually a bad idea because a lot of the time you lose them. They just sort of die in some horrific story. But you can scrap some of the debris, and you can just leave with a little scrap. So, you know, it's sort of a risk-reward thing. You know, a lot of these bits are actually like random number generators. So it's just how much are you willing to gamble. And then sometimes you get these guys that are telling you to pay a toll. And of course you're not gonna pay the fucking toll. You're the badass here. You're gonna fight them. So you reject their offer, and then you just sort of do the thing again. You know, you can target their stuff, and what you target makes a big difference. I like to go after the weapons because if they don't have weapons, they can't hit you. But it also makes a lot of sense to go after their shield or their oxygen if you want to try and suffocate them to death. Because if you leave their ship intact and kill the crew, you actually get a bigger reward most of the time. And you want to take out their engine so they can't dodge. So yeah, basically, you know, destroying everything really has advantages. Uh-oh. See, he took out my, he took out my O2, my oxygen system. And you gotta fix that because if you lose oxygen, then your crew sort of suffocates. And you get different races of, like, you know, you get different alien races and as well as humans. The humans are kind of standard. And you get like this guy, he has reduced health, but he can power a system. You get the guy who can't fix things very fast, but he can fight well, and there's others too. Alright, now I'll show you what the store looks like. You get to the store, and it gives you another little story bit. And yeah, it always looks like this. Sometimes you can buy systems, drones, weapons, crew members, but you can always repair. And there's always some fuel, some missiles, some drone parts, and we're good on fuel, and we don't have any weapons that use, you know, missiles or drone parts right now. So yeah, you can also sell things if you have anything to sell, but these are all really basic lasers, so we kind of want to keep them right now. And then sometimes you get these random events. Like this one here, basically set your ship on fire every few seconds. You can also hotkey these, so. Sometimes the enemy tries to run away, and in this case, he can't run away because oh look, they want to surrender. And you can accept surrender. If you don't accept surrender and you just blow their ship up, you usually get a little better reward than their offer. But considering my ship's about to be set on fire, it's usually a good idea in sort of time-sensitive situations like these to just go ahead and accept it. So you can focus your energy on mitigating whatever fires happen to pop up, and here's one. Okay, so yeah, you can get fires on the ship, and it's not just from this. You can also set them on your enemy ships by with certain weapons, or you get lucky with a normal weapon. And the best way, if you send the guy over, he'll try to put out the fire with a fire extinguisher, but it'll damage him. It takes a while. The easiest way to do it is just to get rid of all the oxygen. And the more open doors you use, the better. In fact, we can... And then you can just close them all automatically and move on. Again, you get the choices. You can demand the surrender of their goods and you go into a fight sequence, or you can just avoid the ship. And at the end of each sector, you get to the exit here. Sometimes you get a little bonus, sometimes you get a dilemma, sometimes you even have to do a fight. But Then you go to the next sector, and you can see it sort of gives you a choice. There's lots of different kinds of sectors, and different ones will... It basically alters the random number generator that drives these random events, so that you may be more predisposed to get fights in these red ones, or see a certain kind of ship. And here you might see more dilemmas, or run into more space stations. It's really just a wide range of different things you can run into. But that's basically FTL in a nutshell. But there's a lot more this game has to offer in terms of hidden quests and unlockable content. Lots of ships to unlock. So I'll probably never finish all of them. But if you haven't checked it out yet, it's definitely worth checking out. You know, it's casual. You can play it for 5 minutes and then close it, and it'll save exactly where you are. Or you can get lost in it for hours. So yeah, that's been my demo of Faster Than Light. Again, my name is Statzy. Please remember to like, subscribe, check out my Twitter page. Thanks for watching, YouTube, and I'll see you later.